a tugboat and a friendly tugboat too. A friendly tugboat too. Oh, Theodore likes to do the things that friendly tugboats do.
Hello. Oh, this is so much fun. Maybe it's in here. Nope. Oh, it's gotta be over here. I bet you it's in there. Oh, no, it's not in there either. Oh, what am I looking for? Well, see, today is my birthday. And on my birthday, my friend Rodney, well, he usually hides a cake somewhere here in my office. It's over here. Well, I must say, Rodney's done a very good job of hiding my cake this time. Oh, no, it's not there either. I wonder if Rodney forgot it was my birthday. You know, Theodore thought the Tugs forgot his last birthday. Oh, he was sure of it. And he... Let me tell you the whole story. It was early one morning. The other Tugs were still asleep. But Theodore was already wide awake, rumbling his engine excitedly. Theodore hurried around from tug to tug, trying to wake them up. You see, today was the most special day of Theodore's year. Today was Theodore's birthday. Hank! Hank! He whispered. Wake up! It's today already.
Oh, what's today, Theodore?
Yawned Hank. He was still half asleep. Oh, nothing special, replied Theodore with a secret smile. At last, the other Tugs were up. The morning work meeting was about to begin. Now, usually, the birthday Tug was always given the special place in the middle of all the Tugs, and everyone sang happy birthday. But this morning, the dispatcher turned to the Tugs and announced in a very serious voice, "Tugboats, today is a very busy day." Maybe everyone will sing happy birthday for me after the meeting, thought Theodore. Theodore! Theodore! It was the dispatcher, and he was staring straight at Theodore. Please pay attention, Theodore. Your first job is to help Hank and George bring a container ship into the harbor. Well, Theodore could see the other Tugs were already heading off to work. Is that all? Said Theodore. He was still thinking his birthday party was about to begin. There will be more later, replied the dispatcher. More later, Theodore said to Donald Duck. The dispatcher must mean that I'll have a big birthday party later. Uh-huh, said Donald. Uh-huh is all Donald Duck ever says. I better hurry so I don't miss my party, shouted Theodore. I bet, he said to himself, Boduk is hiding behind this ship. And he'll squirt me with his fire hose like he always does on my birthday. And then everyone will sing happy birthday. And there'll be balloons and games and everything. Theodore hurried around behind the ship and got ready to be squirted. Theodore! Theodore! Here comes my surprise, he thought. And he slowly turned around. Well, it was a surprise, all right. There was no Boduk, and no squirting, no singing, no balloons, and no games. In fact, there was nothing but Petra, the pilot boat. Theodore, today I would like you to be the Tug in charge, called Petra as she led him to the front of the huge container ship. Me, said Theodore. And then he looked up at the ship. He really didn't think that he would be chosen as Tug in charge of such a big ship. George is usually tug in charge, said Theodore. You can do it, said Petra. Theodore pulled from the front and led the way into the harbor with the great ship. But you know, somehow, Theodore felt big and strong. He even told the other tugs what to do. Start turning, George. Keep your end straight, Hank. Soon, the tugs stopped the big ship in just the right place. George and Hank tooted their whistles. Good job, Theodore. Even Petra said Theodore had done well. I guess I've learned a lot, smiled Theodore, since my last birthday. But nobody heard him. Everyone was already heading off to their next job. I wonder, said Theodore to himself, when am I going to have my birthday party? Theodore, said Emily, who had just floated up, Pearl's waiting for you behind Willie's Island. It must mean it's time for my party now, thought Theodore. Theodore was sure that finally everyone would be waiting behind Willie's Island to have a big surprise party for him. Theodore thundered around behind Willie's Island. He looked this way and that way. There wasn't any squirting, or singing, or balloons, or games, or anything. Ah, Theodore, said Pearl. A barge has spilled her logs near Maroon Bay. Theodore? Are you listening to me, Theodore? Oh, said Theodore, surprised. Yes, Pearl. There's a party with squirting and balloons and games. Theodore, said Pearl, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing, replied Theodore sadly. Maybe everyone forgot my birthday, he thought to himself. Hurry along, Theodore, called Pearl. Theodore followed Pearl to Maroon Bay at the other end of the harbor. Theodore could see that Bonavista had spilled some of her logs in the water. Oh, no, he groaned to himself. I'll be picking up those logs all afternoon. I'll never have a birthday party now. Theodore, called Pearl. What are you waiting for? Let's get started. Oh, this is the worst job I could ever have on my birthday, thought Theodore. You see, Pearl was always kind of, well, bossy. Theodore pooted up to a log and gave it a little shove. The log just floated away from him. How am I ever going to get all these logs together? Theodore said out loud. I can help you, Theodore, called Pearl. Theodore was surprised. Did Pearl really say she'd help him? Oh, we'll push the logs together, said Pearl. Well, Theodore and Pearl worked together pushing those logs. And Bonavista grabbed them with her crane. This is fun, called Pearl. Let's have a game to see who can gather the most logs. Well, Theodore couldn't believe his ears. Pearl? Play a game? Well, this wasn't what he was expecting at all. Those two played a game, trying to catch the most logs. And Pearl told stories about exciting pilot boat adventures. And before Theodore knew it, those logs were all back up on Bonavista barge. Good job, Theodore, tooted Pearl. Theodore saw that the sun was beginning to go down. Thank you, Pearl, he said in a very quiet voice. Is anything the matter? Asked Pearl. No, replied Theodore sadly. It's just my birthday today. I mean, it was my birthday. Happy birthday, Theodore, said Pearl quietly. nice to finally hear someone wish him happy birthday. Theodore was still a bit sad. I guess it wasn't the kind of birthday I was expecting, he said. Well, we better be getting home now, said Pearl. It's getting late. Okay, Pearl, said Theodore. And the two set off together. Theodore was just coming around Willie's Island with Pearl. Benjamin Bridge looks very nice today, said Pearl. Benjamin, said Theodore. Benjamin always looks the same. Then Theodore looked up. And then he saw the most wonderful sight. Benjamin was decorated with balloons and bunting and all kinds of great things. Theodore couldn't believe his eyes. Even the dispatcher was decorated. What a surprise. Then Theodore felt a big squirt of water on his face. It was Foda squirting his fire hose. The other tugs rushed out from behind Benjamin Bridge. They were all decked out with their best party decorations. Happy birthday, Theodore, everyone shouted. Well, Theodore was so surprised he couldn't speak. We wanted it to be a big surprise, explained Emily, so we waited until now. 1, 2, 3, called the dispatcher. And everyone began to whistle Happy Birthday together. Afterwards, the tugs played their favorite game, Stop and Go. They sang songs and told stories until the sun went down. Theodore looked around at all his friends, and oh, it was just about the most wonderful sight in the whole wide ocean. Theodore, do you feel bigger on your birthday? Said Hank. Theodore did feel different, but he couldn't really explain it to Hank. He just felt like he was floating just a little bit higher up in the water. Oh, it was just about the most wonderful birthday Theodore could ever remember. Those tugs sure have great birthdays. What about my birthday, though? I can't find my cake anywhere. Well, maybe I'll just do without a cake. Yeah, sure. Thanks for visiting us here in the Big Harbor. We'll see you all again next time. Oh, what's this? Look in your tuba. My tuba? Look in my tuba. Look in my tuba. Nothing in my tuba. Oh, a cake. Oh, wow. Oh, this must be from my friend Rodney. Oh, what a wonderful birthday surprise this is. Oh, I love the icing.